Let's see. Let's look at our list. Should we look at some questions? Does anyone else have a study guide? Was there anything burning on your heart? Like when you were reading this, was there something that stuck with you that you wanted to share? Because now I've looked, my brain isn't in this one chapter. Because I was also reading about the War of Manifest Destiny. I'm really deep into the doctrine of discovery from listening to Mark Charles. I'm telling you, if you have time to look at some of his videos, it is just so powerful and so just, for me, life-changing. You know, I was experiencing a little bit of disconnect in some of the things that he said, and you know, I shared that with him, you could imagine. And, you know, just working through a lot of you know, I knew this country wasn't, I knew that I was not in the framers' heart when these documents were written. I knew I was in the fields when the framers of the Constitution were meeting. And even when white women were included, that they were either daughters of land-owning white men, sisters or wives. They were somehow connected, by and large, to land-owning white men. And I knew I was not part of that. But I needed to stand on something. That all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator, right, with certain unalienable rights, right? You know, we learned that. And those people that are around my age, we even sang it with that Schoolhouse Rock. Remember that? We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility. Dee, dee, dee. None of that had anything to do with me. Yeah. All right, come on. Promote the general welfare. Yeah, we sang that. We sang that. Yeah, go ahead, Megan. What you got? Megan wants to do a solo. Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll do it.
No, I don't want to do a solo. I was thinking, though, when you were talking about the framers writing the Constitution, if you ever go to where and stand in the room where Jefferson wrote parts of the Declaration of Independence, the guides will now tell you, see that window over the desk. From there, he could supervise the slaves in the fields.
Yep.
And so he wrote, all men are created equal.
Yep.
While he was watching enslaved people
Yep.
working his fields.
Yep. He's writing that. I'm picking cotton.
Yep.
Or in his bed, like Sally Hemings, he took that young girl. She was just a teenager, and he slept with her for years and said that he would free her, and he did not.
Yep.
He did not. Instead, he gave her to a niece or a daughter or something like that. Yeah, framers of our Constitution, and we hailed them as heroes and men of God and dot, 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 dot.
So then I was also wondering if you could just, as a pastor in a white church, talk about how do you live your faith out in that setting? The freedom of God. I mean, I just thought this whole thing about God being free was so profound. And I wonder if you can just talk about that. Or whatever else occurs to you about just you living your faith in your body in a white church.
I don't know. It's getting more and more challenging. And off camera, we can certainly talk more, but it's getting more and more challenging because I'm just really feeling a strong sense of flat out anti-Blackness. And people aren't aware that they have it. And it's just, there's no other word for it. There's just a level of incredible disrespect. And it's like, how can I be your pastor when after a certain point, you see me as the help. And I'm your Black pastor. And I can feel it. And if I dare utter those words. So I don't know. It's challenging, and I did not anticipate that to this degree in a progressive church, and I think that I was talking to one of my colleagues, and one of the women that did our anti-racism training, and she said, you need to look at how much of your authentic self, what can you give and still be your authentic self and protect yourself? And she was saying, only you can figure that out. And so as you see from today, I like to just put it all out there. I like to just put it all out there, but I can't do that and continue to live. So I need to figure out what I can do to be my authentic self and still live. And I'm just getting to a place in my life where I can be my authentic self. And now I got to figure out how to manage that so that I can be around long enough, because my kids are too young. They're young. They need me. They need me. So it's challenging. And I love Jesus. I love Jesus and I love people. So I want to be an outstanding pastor. I want to be an outstanding pastor. Glory be to God. I want to be an outstanding pastor. I'm a mediocre singer. I want to be an outstanding pastor. So those things that's extremely important. Oh, yeah. That's a challenge. Yes.
Well, this cover of this book really struck me.
Oh, isn't it?
And when I first looked at it, I didn't even see the Skittles. This is a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of the Black Madonna and the dead son. And I went to Philando Castile's funeral at the cathedral. And when you go up the steps and turn to the left, you will see the Pieta, the Madonna holding the dead Jesus. But then when you turn this way, there is Philando's mother, and there is Philando in the casket. It was just bracing. Yeah. What do you know Philando's mother and the community? Can you speak to any of that?
Nope, I cannot. I was not here.
Yeah, that was before.
Yeah, that was before I came here. I remember seeing his wife or fiance on TV. She had the presence of mind to record that. And I can remember hearing her daughter say, "It'll be okay, Mommy. It'll be okay." And I can just remember just feeling so devastated in that pain. And all I could see was my own family. All I could see was my technology challenged self fumbling with a cell phone and trying to figure out how I could record this, and knowing what the outcome was going to be, and knowing that the NRA was going to be silent because this man had a legally purchased gun, and the NRA was not going to say, "Hey, wait a second. Hey, what about his rights? He's a legal gun owner. What about his rights?" That wasn't going to happen because Black people are scary. Like that juror B, what was it, juror B37? I got sidetracked reading about that juror. Why didn't Trayvon Martin just walk away? I think about how it was raining that day. What if it wasn't raining? He might still be alive because it was raining. That's why he pulled up his hoodie. Maybe. I don't know. My son is 12. His name is Konami. We're teaching him how to get his hands up, because it's not if he comes in contact with the police, it's when he comes in contact with the police. And I don't know, did I tell you that guys that last week? No. No, okay. So he's super cute. He just is so cute. But he can get lost in things and words and times, and he can have a full on meltdown. This morning, they went to get a flu shot. And so by the time they came back from the doctor's office, he had already missed his bus. Well, that's how he gets to school. He gets to school on the bus. So my husband was going to take him to school. He was not happy. He kicked the wall. He wants to go to school on the bus. I said, sweetheart, listen to me. Listen, the bus already came. You have two choices. You can stay home with me, or you can go to school in the minivan with your father. So we had to talk him through it, and anyway, he could go. One day, this is one of my favorite Konami stories. Just, can I tell it? Just, it's a cute story. So, this is a few years ago. We were still living in Wisconsin. My husband was out of town, so I'm trying to get all three of the kids ready. At that time, they went 3 different places in the morning, so I'm scrambling. Somebody forgot something in the car. I run out to the car. I come back in. My then 2-year-old, she peed on the floor. She peed right there on the living room floor. What the hell? So I looked at her. I said, geez, Louise. And Konami says, hi, Louise. My name's Konami. It was adorable. And it was perfect. It made me giggle. I cleaned it up. We moved on. It was so perfect. We were teaching him how to say his name and how to greet people. Anyway. So we've been trying to teach him how to get his hands up. Now what he does is he mimics what he sees, because the words, he has to process those words. If they're not words that he's practiced, then he doesn't know what to do with those words, because autism really affects language. So we'll say, get your hands up. And what does he do? He mimics, he gets your hands up. He only has one time to get that wrong. Just one time to get that wrong. If I think about it, next week I'll bring a photo. There's a family photo of us where the photographer is trying to get us to smile. Well, get the kids to smile. And the photographer is going like this, smile, smile. So in the picture, Konami's doing like this. And I was like, man, if you don't take that picture, you take that picture so we can get out of here. He does what he sees. And so, you know, that reminds me, we need to register our house as, I think you can do that here in Minneapolis. We did it in Wisconsin, that we have a child that's on the spectrum. You know, please don't kill us. My gosh, please don't kill us.